But today, Attorney General Bill Schuette announced two brothers, 44-year-old Matthew and 42-year-old Paul Jones, were arrested and charged with killing Shannon Siders. A hunter found her body in the Manistee National Forest in October 1989. News Channel 3's Jared Worksma joins us now live in White Cloud, where the brothers were each charged with first-degree murder a short time ago. Jared, you actually were able to listen to the probable cause hearing. What evidence surfaced that has given these new charges?
Well, Kate, we expected there to be quite a bit of information about new DNA evidence that was found, but that was not discussed at all in the probable cause hearing. Instead, what we learned was a bunch of very new, very interesting witness testimony that actually people coming forward and finally, after decades, saying that they saw Shannon Siders with the Jones brothers in the woods where she was found. We have we have passed all that information on to her father, Bob Siders. He actually is joining us live right now. Bob, thank you so much for giving us a moment of your time. I told you that one of those witnesses actually said that they saw Paul Jones standing over your daughter's lifeless body before they started to drag her towards their car. That was the first time you'd ever heard that.
I've never heard that before.
What does that information mean to you now?
Well, if it's true, I mean, like I asked you, where have they been for the last 25 years? I'll be talking to Chief Hedlund or Detective Rios in the next day or two, and I don't know how much information they can give me. I know wheels of justice are still going to turn a little slow, but we're at the beginning of the end. And I know they have a right to their day in court, but this information, I'm going to pursue this and find out what they can tell me.
Is it enough for you that so many years later they finally gave up the information, or do you think that withholding that information itself is criminal?
Well, I've actually discussed that with Chief Hedlund. There are certain things today that would be criminal in that regard. 25 years ago, not. The laws have changed. So I actually discussed that just briefly with Detective Rios today. It's on the radar. There's things that are on the radar. Right now, the most important thing was what happened in the court today. They've made the arrest, and there's going to be a little bit of cleanup, and it's going to take some time, and if, in fact, there is something left to do.
Being in the courtroom today with those two suspects accused of murdering your daughter 25 years ago, was that very difficult?
No, I didn't recognize them. I don't think it's sunk in yet. We made eye contact, and they turned away, both of them. They came in one at a time. It was live. It wasn't videotape. I didn't recognize them. I didn't have any emotion. I just sat and listened. It didn't take very long. Last
question I have for you. You said just a short time ago that you believe in capital punishment. If they are convicted, both Jones brothers will get life in prison without the possibility of parole. Would that be enough for you?
Well, it's just the way it is. I can't change that.
Would it satisfy you, though?
I'd prefer to see them executed, but I can't change that. It makes no difference. It doesn't apply, and that's all I can say. The law is the law.
Bob, thank you so much. We'll obviously talk to you in some more detail in just a minute. We have quite a bit more digging to do with this story, some more information to relay. Once again, a lot of stuff that we learned from the audio recording from the probable cause hearing earlier this afternoon. We'll have full reports for you live in Newaygo tonight at 10 o'clock on the CW and right here on News Channel 3. But for now, we're live in Newaygo. I'm Jared Worksma, News Channel 3.